This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of West Carter High School Sports Action. Good afternoon and welcome to West Carter High School for tonight's Starry Night festivities, in which we're going to be introducing the teams for the football, the soccer, volleyball, some middle school teams, and just a little bit of everything else out here this afternoon to get things rolling on. And we'll have a couple little scrimmages out there for you as well, having soccer scrimmage and some football scrimmaging, and then there's some other activities and everything else that will be going on here today. And so we're glad to have you here for the 2021-2022 high school sports season. We've had a really good summer break and everything else, a chance to kind of rest and recoup and everything else, but we are back ready to get in the saddle here this afternoon and get things rolling on here today. And so this is the first activity for the West Carter sports teams for the public. So if you're in town or if you see this and you haven't heard about it before, come on down to West Carter High School, and there's plenty of room here. $1 admission, I believe, will get you in the gate, and you get to see all this activities going on, even a chance for some fans and everybody else to participate. So come on down to the high school. Be glad to have you here and being part of this fantastic opportunity here at West Carter. And they're getting things all set up here. Of course, tomorrow we'll mention that it is going to be Media Day for the Eastern Kentucky football. And so Manta Sports Media will be over there and recording some footage and everything else. And we'll be having a broadcast a day or two later on there to make sure that we get everything all edited up and have our preview of West Carter football and football all around the 16th region. Several teams are going to be over there for the Media Day, and we'll be over there and bringing you live, well, not live coverage, but we'll be bringing you some coverage from that process over there tomorrow, and that's going to be held at Russell High School at 9 a.m. So media will be over there, as well as coaches and some players from around the area, and we'll be glad to have you take a look at that, as we'll bring that recorded to you after we get a little bit of editing and everything else done. So as we said, glad to have you here with us, part of our viewing here today, as people slowly trickling in and everything. A lot of things going on this Friday. Open house at Olive Hill Elementary. I know the middle school had some activities going on here today. So we're getting things started out and get the introduction of these players and everything else as we go through here today. Of course, I know that on the roster here today, we've got a scrimmage between the soccer teams. We'll have a scrimmage between the high school football team, and then, of course, I believe there should be a middle school football scrimmage as well. On the schedule. Then there's going to be a 40-yard dash competition. I think volleyball will be here testing skills and everything else. So hopefully we should have a good night of festivities here for us today. And so we're back, glad to be with you, back with you here for this season. As last year was our first year, of course, during the COVID. Interesting time to get things started out, but well needed for our area. And now we are glad to be back for year two. And so if you're interested in advertising with us, plenty of spots available. We'll be glad to work with you and everything else to get a budget that or a price that fits your budget and everything else. So feel free to give us contact. Just shoot us a personal message here on Facebook or later on YouTube, or you can give us an email. Shoot us an email at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com, or give us a phone call at 606-207-3315. And so we see the football team getting out there and ready to go. I believe one of the first activities that they're going to have is the 40-yard dash. Of course, getting all rosters and everything else up here as well.
At this time.
And so trying to get everything all fixed up here. It looks like cheerleaders are also in the house here tonight. So a lot of, mixed sports going on around here today. And so this will be our Starry Night festivities. But we'll take just a brief break on there, and we'll be back here momentarily. You are watching the Starry Night festivities live here at West Carter High School. And like I said, if you're in town or nearby, come on out. $1 gets you in the gate. Still plenty of room available out here, so be glad to see you here. But we'll be back here momentarily. You are watching the Starry Night live here on the Manta Sports Media.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And we're back here at West Carter High School as we're getting ready to get things started out here as we've got, I believe, getting ready for the national anthem here momentarily. But come on out to the West Carter High School. Be glad to have you out here. Be a part of our festivities here and give some support to these all these athletes that have been working for a good portion of the summer already. Because it's one of those things that these athletes, especially in your fall sports, as soon as that dead period's over in July, and the dead period's a cage to say mandatory break, as soon as that's over, they're back in on the fields and everything else. I know the football squad has been participating in some 7-on-7 passing leagues, which has kind of been picking up the pace a little bit here in the last few years. I know especially down south, if you checked out Spiced Up Sports, he covers a lot of 7-on-7 football coverage that's out there, and so they're looking forward to getting some good play and everything else on there as well. But I believe in one of the leagues, West Carter got second place. They fell to Russell in the championship game over at Raceland, and then they participated in another one in the last week or so. So, these teams have been very active. Of course, I know dealing with the Bluegrass State games as well. And we're going to turn to the PA announcer here, John Lyles, as we get ready for the national anthem. course, definitely been hearing that quite a bit this last few weeks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, I would like to welcome you to West Carter High School.
Bledsoe, principal of West Carter High School,
and I am the
with her
principal
opening
of West
address.
Carter. I would like to welcome all fall athletes and groups that we have with us tonight, all parents, coaches, and community members. We are so glad to be able to be back and gather together this evening for our fall sports preview. I'm very excited to see all the students we have participating in events this fall. School involvement is so valuable and important to your time at West Carter High School. Our students here are so fortunate to have many caring and involved adults who coach them and support them on and off the field or playing court. The thing that I love so much about West Carter is there is truly something for everyone to participate in, and there's always someone who is cheering for you. Again, I would like to wish best of luck this season to all of our student athletes and our coaches as we begin our fall sports. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Corey G., Assistant Principal and Athletic Director at West Carter High School. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out to support our athletes this evening. Last year was a year unlike any other. Our coaches and athletes faced many difficulties. They met those challenges head-on and found a ton of success. Last year, we had 14 championships across all of our sports. 9 student athletes went on to sign with colleges and universities to continue their academic and athletic careers. We're excited for this upcoming season and are expecting many great moments and success this year. Good luck to all Comma teams, and go Comets!
I'm gonna bring people now. Competition.
All righty, and as
At
that was
this time, we are going to kick off our events with a competition. We have a Walmart gift card on the line here. We need anyone who would like to enter our 40-yard dash competition to come down and see Blake McGlone and Isaac Bond at the 40-yard line. Anyone who would like to get in our 40-yard dash. We'll take anybody ages 1 to 100.
as they're getting ready to start up their events here. We heard from Kristen Bledsoe, principal of West Carter High School in her first year at the helm. And also Corey G., athletic director and new assistant principal here at West Carter High School, talking about the successes that we've had over the last year, even though that things have not been normal that's out there. And so we're getting ready for the 40-yard dash here, which, as they mentioned earlier, should be that will have a Walmart gift card attached to it. So, if you're fast, hurry up and get here if you're watching this now, and be able to hop on down to West Carter for some of these activities. And we'll be going back and forth between the festivities here and the announcing in the booth versus what's happening on the field. And so as we see Daniel Barker, head coach of the West Carter Comets, getting everything all organized, ready to go here for the 40-yard dash event. Of course, they had a fantastic year last year. As we heard, Corey G. mentioned several of the awards and everything else that the West Carter teams have won over the past year, but the student athletes advancing up as well. But last year, if we take a look at the, and we'll get this all pulled up here, we take a look at last year's football team and everything. They had a fantastic year last year, making it all the way to the quarterfinals of the semifinals of the state. On there, ended up losing to Beechwood, who ended up winning that state championship, so making it to the semifinals in that division. First time in school history. They had a fantastic year last year. They were 10-2 on their season. Their only losses came from 2 state champions, and that was Paintsville, who won their division as well as state champion, and then also Beechwood, who won the 2A football. So not a bad year when you go through there and have your only losses are from state champions, the ultimate state champions that's out there. And so taking a look at this year as we go on to the 2021 season, West Carter is going to be starting things off at home on August 20th. And so still just a little bit of time, about 3 weeks away from opening kickoff for the West Carter here, as they're going to be starting things off against Round County at 7:30 on August 20th. Then next week they're going to be traveling down to Fleming County for a matchup down there. And then September 10th, going to be taking on cross-county rivals East Carter at East Carter. And so, of course, West Carter won the Battle of the Barrel that year, and they're looking forward to keeping on their winning track there as well. And then, of course, then they'll be hosting Raceland here on September 17th, and then getting into some 2A play as they'll be taking on Shelby Valley here at home on September 24th, then taking on Bath County on October 1st. Prestonsburg, they'll be heading down that way on October 8th. Then the last home game of the season will be on October 15th as they'll be taking on Martin County here at home. And then they'll be finishing things off on October 22nd with heading down to East Ridge and then heading to Russell again. West Carter heading to Russell back-to-back years on there. Of course, last year, West Carter pulled off a feat that has not been done, and there's the 40-yard dash heading off. As we see the young people there, and looks like we do have a winner there. And so he's going to be winning that gift card to Walmart out there. And so we want to congratulate the winner there. But West Carter with the pass and the play, if you want to put it that way, they defeated Russell for the first time in school history. And actually winning in a last-second Hail Mary pass that's out there, and in fantastic fashion. That play has been, I've seen it many times floating around the internet out there, and so we're hoping to kind of keep things on there as well. And so, as we said, West Carter looking to have a fantastic year this year, as now they're getting everything all cleaned up from the 40-yard dash, and we'll see what the next event coming up here is. So that was football, taking a look at where they were at last year and where they are at now this year. Of course, last year as well, West Carter volleyball had a pretty good season as well, hosted the 16th region tournament out there, and they had another fantastic season, and hoping for a continued success out there. Of course, did lose some seniors last year. So looking forward to try to improve upon. They finished third in the 16th region. But now let's turn over to John Lyles for some announcing here of some of our teams as we get there.
At this time, we'd like to introduce our girls soccer team. We have senior number 10, Jordan Porter. Senior number 12, Cassidy Adams. Senior number 29, Tori Alexander. Senior number 7, Emma McGlone. Senior number 13, Hannah Henderson. Number 15, Autumn Middleton. Number 28, Amelia Henderson. Number 1, Abigail Hensley. Number 18, Destiny Davis. Number 55, Kiara Reynolds. Number 20, Gracie Holbrook. Number 00, Rayleigh Reynolds. Number 3, Cameron Ward. Number 2, Holly Brown. Number 9, Shelby Williams. Number 30, Brooklyn Wilburn. And number 5, Brooklyn Boggs.
And that is this year's soccer team. Of course, wearing different jerseys here today, as we're going to be seeing a little bit of an exposition between these teams as they get ready to face each other off in a brief little bout here.
I think they're going to warm up.
So they're going to warm up here real briefly, and this will be a 20-minute scrimmage is what it looks like they're going to be having this year. And of course, if you're also interested as well, or even if you can't stay the whole time out here, they are doing signups for the West Side Youth Soccer League out here as well. They do have a stand out here, so make sure that you come in and join them out here. In addition to that,
versus Boyd County. That game will start at 6 p.m. And then the Comets' first game of the season, official game of the season, will be August 20th here on the Hill versus Round County at 7:30. We'll have a kickoff tailgate that night as well. As always, the official game sponsor of West Carter football is Henry's and the Drive-In. Touchdowns are being sponsored this year by Will Hoyt Insurance. Any business owners out there that are interested in sponsoring games as well, we will have spots available. For $500, you can be a sponsor of something such as sacks, extra points, quarters, etc. for the entire season. Please contact the West Carter Quarterback Club for information. Single game sponsorships will be sold as well.
all right, and so as they're getting ready to warm up here, and hear that, of course, make sure that you do sponsor and support your local high school sports and everything, because these students, they work hard every year, to do their best. Out there, and so they are looking forward to continuing on having a good tradition. And of course, we were talking about volleyball, but let's we'll finish up talking about them a little bit as we see the soccer team getting warmed up. Of course, last year the volleyball team, as we said, as far as rankings go, they were 17-5 on the season, 16-3 in the region, and 4-1 in the district. And they had a fantastic year. Ultimately, they did pick up or they did lose in the 62nd District Championship over at Morgan County to the champions East Carter Lady Raiders. That was their only loss in the district, was in that championship game. But came away runners-up during that time period. But had a fantastic season, and then ultimately they lost in the first round of the 16th region to the ultimate 16 region winners, and that was the Russell Lady Devils. And that was, as we said, hosted here in last year. So West Carter, as we mentioned, they lost a little bit of some material, especially in Madison Atkins, Malia Airwood, and then Kinsey Hay, Macy Inskeep, and Peyton Stegall, lost several of their players last year, but they're looking ahead for this year because, you always got to keep on looking ahead, and Coach Tackett usually has that team ready to roll every single year. And they're going to be taking a look at some big play coming up from their seniors this year, which we haven't got a full roster from them just yet, but taking a look, of course, Cora Burton is going to be stepping up this year for the Lady Comets. As she's going to be jumping in there with that leadership. And then as well, Rebecca Stevens coming in, and Haley James. All of them going to have to step it up this year to try to continue on that winning ways for the Lady Comets. As we mentioned during that time period, of course, Russell had a fantastic year last year. Coach Perry coaches that team very well. And actually, she has resigned and stepped down as the post from the head coach at Russell, and so there's a new head coach over there at Russell. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. But as far as the season for the Comets, it's going to be starting off on August 17th here at home as Bath County is going to be getting things all taken care of. And so now we're getting ready here for some soccer action, and as we've got things rolling on, and this will be the first time that we've kind of got soccer rolling on, so bear with us as we go through there. We have the maroon versus white team and out there, so we will try to cover this as best we can. Of course, the United States, if you take a look at Olympic soccer, picked up a big win over Norway the other day as they advanced into the, I believe, the semifinals there. And they ended up winning that one. I believe it was 2-2 was the final score, and ending up winning that one in penalty kicks 4-2. So it looks like the white team has a free kick there, and that one's blocked out by the maroon team and shot just wide there by maroon. So we are rolling on still a nothing score at the moment. And free kick now by the white team. Gets it to about midfield. Of course, the scrimmage on a little bit of a shorter field than what they're typically used to, and that one just barely misses wide of the goal. And so that will be taken out by the maroon team. Of course, it doesn't look like they have the goalies in place out there during this scrimmage. Usually the teams will have a goalie wearing a different jersey, but we're, with this scrimmage, try to keep some action going on out there today. So as we see, white team advancing up the ball. A little bit of a miscue there, but gets it back out to the point. And good defending there by the maroon team as they try to get the ball cleared out, but white still holding on to it. Tries to split the defender, no good on there, and maroon kicks it back out and trying to make the long goal with no goalie, and that is going to be the first goal by the maroon team as they score first, and they are ahead 1-0 here at the 2-minute mark for the maroon team. So white team will now have the ball to start things off here. After the 1-0 lead there by the maroon. Tries to get it into the middle there, kicks it down to the side. Good deflection there by the maroon team. Tries to get it kicked out, and that might have been a handball there. And tried to get the cross kick there, but that one's going to roll out just about out, but white team's going to maintain possession there. Kicked it right into the defense. And goes for the goal, and so we are tied up now at the 3-minute, 21-second mark, and the score is 1 maroon, 1 white. Of course, I don't have a roster in front of me, but we heard him announced just a little bit earlier, as that one's going to be kicked out, and that may be a throw in there or kick in by the, or no, it's going to be a free kick there by the what would be the goalie for the white team. Played off the numbers, kicks around, wide open shot, but misses it just to the right, and so. That is going to be a white goalie kick. So as we said, we're getting used to the sport and trying to get used to everything that's going on here. But we'll try to be broadcasting a little bit of soccer this year. Try to see if we can get a stand platform built out that way. Press box is not the most ideal out there, but we'll try to cover some games as what we can this season. And so that one stolen by the maroon team. But while they're playing here, let's take a quick look at the girls' soccer, which is currently playing out there right now, and how they performed last year. As there's a shot on goal, but pops up just over. So last year, the Lady Comets out there, they did make it into the regional tournament as they advanced in from the district play. But let me see if I can try to get their record pulled up here. Last year, the Lady Comets was 3-10 on the season. Of course, the head coach for the Lady Comets is Emily Hammond. And a lot of these players, got their start from the West Side Soccer League, which, as we said, they're doing sign-ups here today. But they were 3-10. Wins coming in from Granite County, Menifee County, and Morgan County. They advanced on with by defeating Granite County and then lost to East Carter in the 62nd District Championship. And then they went to play Russell at the 16th Region Tournament and fell to them 7-0. So they're looking forward to a little bit of a better season, improving season on here, as they're going to be getting started off a little bit earlier. It looks like August 10th is going to be their first home game, which their games are played at West Carter Middle School. Just right next to the softball field out behind there. So it looks like they're going to be playing Round County on the 10th, East Carter on the 12th, Morgan on the 16th, and Greenup on the 17th. So have a strong home opener. As there's another shot on goal, but deflected there by the Maroon team. Get it kicked back out. Pops that one in, and that's a goal there for the White team. And so it looks like it's going to be 2-1 White at the moment. As that one was in right around the 6-minute mark there. Of course, like I said, terminology and everything else I'll have to get used to with the soccer as well. Of course, hearing the play-by-play, if you follow the Olympics, especially soccer during it, they've got the announcer that has that very long and drawn-out goal, and I'll have to try to work on that for in the season and everything. But White taking another advantage again, tries to field it over, and that one just missed wide right on the crossover kick. So it'll be a free kick out there by the goalie. So soccer will definitely be getting started earlier than most of our other sports here at West Carter this year. And so Maroon trying to get an attack on, pops that one off looks like a White player, but or one on the White team, but they're going to say that was the last touch, so that's going to be a goalie kick by the White team. So we're just about 9 minutes into this opening scrimmage here between the Maroon team and White team. As we see White, long kick, and we'll see if that one hits in the goal and just misses wide right. And so that's going to be a goalie kick by the Maroon team. So Maroon tries to get a shot on goal, but that one's deflected by a White defender. And that one's kept in play by the Maroon team. Shot on goal, kicked out by the back defender. Good play off the numbers there. And shot on goal, but just wide to the right, and that one's going to be kicked out, but still controlled there by the Maroon. Tries to get another shot on goal, no good, and kicked out by the White. So just about at half here in this 20-minute scrimmage as White trying to get cross kick there, and that one's going to roll in for the White team, and so they are going to be moving up 3-1 in this scrimmage as they just hit the 10-minute mark. So, of course, in soccer, after the other team scores, you get the kick at midfield to get things started back off again. And that one's going to be out of play, but Coach Hammonds kicks that back in play. White had it control, but then stolen by the Maroon team. Maroon struck early with first goal, but it's been all White since then. And then White now in control. It's that advanced up. And has a shot, but that one's going to be deflected off by the Maroon team, still in bounds. And shot on goal, but that one was defended there, blocked by the Maroon team's number 2. And White team not letting it get too far beyond midfield. Of course, soccer definitely a very physical sport. As good still there by the Maroon team, tries to get it in, cross court kick, misses that one just left of the goal, so it will be a goalie kick by the White team. That one back to the rear defender. Tries to get that up the field there. Shot on goal, good defended there by number 2 of the Maroon team. As we got just about 7 minutes left to play. Shot on goal, and that is good from about 20 yards out. And so White team dominating right now 4-1 in this game here with the Maroons. That one's going to roll out, so that's probably going to be a throw-in or a goalie kick there by the White team. So it's going to be a goalie kick. Usually that one, if it heads out toward the end line, that's going to be a goalie kick by the other team. All this is coming from knowledge from about 3 years with junior soccer or youth soccer. That one well kicked, probably about 20 yards out, but that one just missed high and to the right of the goal. So White team gets it past midfield. Shot on goal, but that one just off to the wide right, so that's going to be a goalie kick by the Maroon team. Gets that past midfield. And that one turns right back around. Shot on goal, and that is good by the White team as they advance up 5-1. Right at about the 15-minute mark here in this opening scrimmage. Or excuse me, the 14-minute mark of this opening scrimmage. You can definitely tell White, of course, has been pretty much in control this whole game, of course, as the score goes, but doing some good job there. And there's another little chip in there. So that's going to be up 6-1 now by the White team. Usually when you coach these inter-squad team scrimmages and everything, you try to balance them out on there, try, not put all your starters in on one team, but try to spread it out just a little bit out there as well. But today it looks like definitely the white team's got some control out there, and it looks like they may have been practicing just a little bit off the records out there as well. Probably practicing as a whole team, but maybe the white team squeezed in a few extra practices just on their own. And Maroon team gets a shot, but that one's defended, and that one just off the side of the goal post. Kicked out once again, and that one's going to be a goalie kick by the Maroon team. As we're entering into just about 4 minutes left to play here in this girls' soccer scrimmage. And white team taking it across midfield, but just quickly returned right back by the Maroon team. Looking to try to end that scoring drought. And tries to get that one crossed over to Davis, but couldn't make it in time. So just about 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here. And shot on goal, misses just left. As goalie kick for the Maroon team, but just about quickly intercepted there by the Whites. So some good footwork there to try to get it back, but loses the ball over to the Maroon team. Takes a shot on goal, and that one heads just wide left. As we're about 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to play here. Of course, soccer, one of the sports in which the time goes up instead of down, and there is a goal by the Maroon team, so they get back in the scoring way as well. So it is 6-2, right about the 17.5 minute mark there. Tries to cross that one, but that's going to be deflected there by the Maroon team. Kicks it out. And that's going to be a handball there. Of course, typically a goalie could do that, but in that case, that's going to be a handball. But I think they're going to let the goal count in that case. Because typically your goalie's the one that defends the goal, and they can use their hands, but in this one, no specific goalies are assigned. So it looks like we're about down to the last minute here of this scrimmage, with White still on top, 7-2. So Maroon trying to get one last goal in here. Nice kick, but sails off just to the right. So 10 seconds left to play. course, there won't be any ad time or anything else on this one here today, as that's going to finish things up. So definitely want to wish good luck to the soccer team here this year, the girls soccer team. And as we said, of course, many opportunities for the youngsters. Never too late to start joining a sport, even though these teams have been practicing and games are just right around the out there as well. If they're new to the school or anything else, contact the school and they'll get you in contact with the coaches out there as well. But the West Side Youth Soccer League as well. If you're not in high school or middle school just yet, go ahead and sign up for the soccer league. They do some fantastic coaching and everything else of those young players. And so 7-2 is our final here from the scrimmage. As they're getting the football field cleared off and ready for another round here. And we'll see what's on the agenda here next. Of course, West Carter Boys also has a team as well. Here at the high school, and we'll pull up and talk about them just a little bit here as well. Of course, they're still working on their schedules and everything else on there, but we'll get them pulled up here. Last year, I think they did have some successes at that time. They're going to be starting off their season on August 12th over at East Carter. But we'll be taking a look last year for the 2020 year. Looked like the boys soccer was 4-4-1 on the season. 4-4 and 3 in the region. Of course, you might be saying, how is that going on? At the very end of the season, they did have some COVID cancelizations out there as well. They picked up wins against Fleming and Menifee, as well as Morgan and Russell. And so those were those wins that they picked up this year. They tied Ashland Blazer in a big game there. They made it to the 62nd District, ended up losing that one in the shootout and penalty kicks. And so let's turn it back over to the field announcer here for the volleyball team. And Cora Burton, first one introduced.
Senior Becca Stevens. Senior Haley James. Mackenzie Williams. Alyssa Stone. Lily Stevens. Jenna Jordan. Abby Daniel. Tommy Shea. Shaylee Meanix. Lauren Nip. Anna Duncan. Alea Patton. And Mallory Hicks. And these girls make up the varsity team for the volleyball team. On junior varsity, we have Brianna Brown, Abby Daniel, Emily Kaiser, Callie Oney, Reagan Brown, Lauren Ditt, Shaylee Meanix, Mallory Hicks, Alea Patton, Anna Duncan, Tommy Shea, Maddie Buckler, and Rylan Rayburn. Those girls make up the junior varsity team, and for our freshman team, we have Chloe Stevens, Danica Parker, Holly Adams, Maddie Buckler, Mallory Hicks, Alea Patton, Brianna Brown, Reagan Brown, Carrie Ann Jenkins, Jill Nip, and Lacey Richards.
And that is your 2021-22
Girls, we wish you all the best luck of
lady
possible
volleyball team
this year in your competitions. If you need the football team there, let them know. They'll come out and support you when possible.
Two that had to be.
So that is the team there, the volleyball team, as being introduced this year. Definitely going to be just a little bit of a rebuilding year, but does have some pretty good leadership coming up there as well. You know, in Cora Burton and Rebecca Stevens, some of the big names. And now the cross-country team being introduced.
Those individuals like to come to the middle of the field. We'll introduce them.
Of course, volleyball team probably getting a chance to get back into some Bluegrass State games play around this year. That's actually been something that's been kind of picking back up over the last little bit. Has been some Bluegrass State game participants. So looking forward to having a good season with them as well.
Lined up out here. Common football upcoming schedule on August 6th. We're at Graham County for a scrimmage at 7 p.m. On August 13th, we have the Eastern Kentucky Conference Gridorama versus Boyd County at Kentucky Christian University starting at 6 p.m. And then the opening game for 2021 on August 20th here at the Hill versus Round County at 7:30.
So they're getting ready to get the cross-country team here.
In elementary, we have Cruz Barney.
And Cruz Barney, first one up for the elementary team.
Reed Rayburn.
We beat them on some bull crap.
Gabrielle Davis. Abby McLeese. Rylan Rayburn. In middle school, we have Michaela Clark. Cameron Varney. Jake Owens. Carson Rose. Caden Richards. And Hunter Bryant. For high school, we have Isaac Owens. Destiny Davis. Sam Boggs. And senior Beth Middleton.
Of course, head coach of the cross-country team is Ryan Rayborn. So if anybody's interested in joining him with this squad, he gets them all the way from the elementary school level up to
a round of applause for these young individuals
up to the varsity level as well.
For cross-country.
As we see our 2021-22 cross-country participants, a sport that I did run at one point in time. Usually on the varsity boys side, runs what they call 5K, 3.1 miles per race, and you're up and down hills and everything else. It does take a lot of determination and getting yourself mentally prepared for that out there as well. And so hopefully they'll have a good season out there. I've noticed that they've been working behind here at the Hill a little bit of a cross-country path as well. And so we're looking forward to getting them all started up as well on there. And so it looks like we're just about ready to start getting introduced to our some of our cheerleaders out here.
Our cheerleading teams for middle school and high school. Remind everyone that the official game sponsor for Westcard football is Henry's and the Drive-In. Touchdowns are sponsored by Will Hoyt Insurance. And also any business that's interested in sponsoring games, we will have spots available. For $500, you could be a sponsor of something like sacks, extra points, quarters, etc. for an entire season. Please contact the West Carter Quarterback Club for information. Single game sponsorships will be sold as well.
And so Banta Sports Media as well, looking for some sponsors as well.
This is a combined group of kids for the middle school and the high school. We, of course, are going to separate for the games and stuff, but they're doing camp right now, so they get together today and they'll be together tomorrow. So, 5th grader, Abby McLeese.
Abby McLeese, 5th grader.
5th grader, Gracie Middleton.
That's like Gracie Middleton as Jeff
We have
Huffman
2 other 5th graders that are not with us tonight.
on the call down at the field.
6th grader, Cameron Varney.
Cameron Varney, 6th grader.
6th grader, Tammy Hall. 6th grader, Jalen Green. 6th grader, Jalen Wagner. 6th grader, Riley Humphrey. 6th grader, Monica Parker. 7th grader, Kendra Vallandigham. 7th grader, Natalie Bailey. 8th grader, Jessica Bays. 8th grader, Summer Skies. 8th grader, Kaylee Hollingsworth.
After this, all JFL players report to the
We have an 8th grader that's not here tonight, that's Maya Rayburn, and we have another one, Allison Middleton. 8th grader, Aubrey Cox. 8th grader, Shelby Porter. And 8th grader, Peyton Walker. 9th grader, Keely Sublett. 10th grader, Sierra Blevins. 10th grader, Allie Murphy. 10th grader, Haley McGuire. 10th grader, Lacey Smith. 11th grade, Brandy McGlone and Riley Skaggs. And now for our seniors, Amber Napier, John Carter, Abby Alfield, Brooklyn Dean, and Emma McGlone. These are your cheerleaders for 21-22.
That's our 2021-22 cheerleaders you'll be seeing here at the middle school.
Best of luck this season as they support all our teams.
At the middle school and high school level, be seeing them during the football games. And they're going to be getting ready here for the JFL.
Next week for the public. Please be on the lookout for that announcement, as it will include prices for tent spaces, parking spots, and season tickets. Save money and support the Commons.
And season ticket information will be available. Just pay attention to the West Carter High School page and the football quarterback club. They'll be providing some information out there as well. So we'll take a brief break here as they're getting everything all set up for the JFL. You're watching Starry Night here at West Carter High School. So we'll be back here momentarily on the Manta Sports Media Network.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
Wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
And we're back here at West Carter getting ready for the JFL team. Turn to John Miles now for
number
the
9,
announcement.
Barker. Number 13, Bryant. Number 16, Kenda. Number 12, Brazington. Number 22, Stevens. Number 23, Henderson. Number 35, Willoughby. Number 6, Ison. Number 52, Holtz. Number 11, Stevens. And Cordial. Next have our second and third grade teams come out. We have number 14, Bailey. Number 9, Lowe. Number 34, Lee. Number 21, Crow. Number 35, Lyles. Number 3, Tackett. Number 80, Crow. Number 13, Crow. Number 72, Stevens. Number 14, Stevens. Number 8, McGuire. Number 78, Gerald. Number 70, Jordan. Number 10, Hanshaw. Number 30, Perry. Number 52, Foltz. Number 78, Bowling. Number 00, Peyton. Number 30, Davis. Number 29, Lowe. Number 20, Flannery. Number 25, G. Number 1, Skaggs. Number 5, Witt. Number 47, Salmons. Number 38, Mayers. Number 11, Ham. And number 22, Cecil. And our last JFL team, the 4th and 5th grade team, we have number 13, Brazington. Number 12, Mosed. Number 00, Cobble. Number 23, Jose. Number 36, Barker. Number 36, Dunnerback. Number 11, Jakey Bakey. Number 50, Barker. Number 75, Teddy. Number 99, Manning. Number 78, Brewster. Number 77, Boggs. Number 4, Skinner. Number 9, Napier. Number 3, Rayburn. Number 60, Bailey. Number 10, Davis. Number 13, Rowe. Number 21, Miller. Number 25, Stamper. Number 12, Ratliff. Number 51, Sexton. Number 25, Kitchen. Number 63, Hanshaw. Number 22, English. Number 20, Richards. And number 6, Walton. Let's hear it for these young men and congratulate them and have them have a great season.
My follow-up question asked if you would announce this. There's all the information, and she said that to say that we're filled up on team.
And that is the JFL squad as they are separating there, and our youth football league, in which a lot of these go on to play at the high school level. And so we want to wish them all a good luck this season and safe play as well.
Our first annual racquetball tournament coming up on Friday, August 13th, beginning at 7 p.m. Teams are being registered tonight down at the end of the field if you're interested in putting together a team. This team play will be at West Carter Middle School softball field. You must be 16 to play. There'll be a home run derby, $10 to enter. Winner will get money. There's $10 registration for each player or $100 per team. 10 players per team. Contact Sarah Hicks, Edmund Hicks, or Chrissy Taggett for more information.
And so that is about the racquetball tournament getting ready to be going on here by the West Carter volleyball team. As they're getting that together as a fundraiser, so $100 for a team or $10 per player.
Include Justin Tackett, Zach Stevens, Dylan Rowe, Philip Rowe, Ori Perry, Gavin Gibson, Chasen Fox. Players, we have number 61, Alex Rayborn. Number 68, Braden Reynolds.
And this is the middle school football
number
team.
63, Hunter Bryant. Number 58, Ellis Kidwell. Number 67, Caleb Lawhorn. Number 88, Dylan Stegall. Number 72, Griffin Rayburn. Number 74, Warren Duncan. Number 90, Will Cottle. Number 50, Lucas Davis. Number 88, Sawyer Maggard. Number 73, Mason McGlone. Number 87, Craig Goodman. Tabor Tackett. Number 34, Hayden Hall. Number 20, Carter Hall. Number 16, Landon Callahan. Number 17, Nathan Flannery. Number 18, Blake McGlone. Number 19, Peyton Walker. Number 14, Sebastian Crow. Number 20, Caden Thompson. Number 40, Ethan Lee. Number 23, Cade Hedge. And number 15, Malik Wells.
And this is going to be your middle school football team that they have just introduced here.
These boys will be having a maroon white scrimmage here with 2 8-minute running clock quarters. We'd like to wish them the best of luck this season, and we'll let the coaches get them situated and get warmed up, and we'll start the game.
So it's going to be 2 8-minute quarters there for the football, or 2 8-minute halves, I guess you can say, for the football team, as they're going to get everything all organized as well. And we'll get our clock set up here and ready to go. Because as we said, this is one of the great things about Starry Night is that you can get there and be able to see all these teams and be able to support all these kids as they're out here playing as well. And of course, probably if hearing the PA announcer on there, a lot of the senior comments from last year's semifinal team is actually helping to coach this team. Dylan Rowe, Ori Perry. There's several names. Most of the seniors have come back this year to help out this young squad and everything else, and try to get them on the way. To get things started off, because these are going to be your future Comet players that are out there, and that they're going to be scrimmaging here tonight. So it'll be maroon and white out there, 2 8-minute halves. That they'll be playing, and then of course here in a little bit we'll be seeing and being introduced to our high school football team and everything, as they're going to be scrimmaging just a little bit out here tonight as well. So I think we've covered most of the teams that's out here. Of course, we didn't get to see too much of the boys soccer here tonight. Of course, the boys soccer team, they're getting ready to go out play, start out this season here before too long. Nate Shelton, or Chris Shelton, is the head coach of the boys Comets team, and they're going to hope to build upon what they did last year. As we mentioned, they were 4-4-1. Had a couple of COVID cancelizations out there at the end of the season, and they made it to the 62nd district tournament, and they're hoping to advance even further on this year. Taking a look at this year's schedule for the soccer Comets and everything. As we mentioned, they're going to be starting things off at home against East Carter on August 12th. So soccer, one of the first sports that's going to be getting started here in Carter County. Then they're going to be traveling to Morgan County on August 16th, and then playing Greenup County and Bath County on the 17th and 19th at home. Then they're going to be participating in the 16th Region All-A Classic, which is going to be held on August 24th. And that is going to be at 8 o'clock. And that should be at Menifee County. And then, of course, depending on the outcome of that game, will determine other games. But they'll be playing Ashland Paul Blazer here at West Carter on August 26th. September 2nd, it's going to be Fleming County here at home. September 9th is going to be Russell at home. Then traveling to Ashland Blazer on the 13th. Traveling to Greenup County on the 14th of September. Then traveling to Fleming County on the 20th of September, and then coming back for their last home game scheduled on there, which is going to be Boyd County on September 23rd. And then they're going to be finishing off their season on the road on September 27th at East Carter, and then September 28th at Bath County. Of course, as we mentioned, the soccer districts are just a little bit different, or I should say regions are a little bit, districts are just a little bit different that's out there, because in the West Carter 62nd district, it's West Carter, Greenup, and East Carter in that 62nd district soccer tournament. So don't believe Elliott County fields a team that's out there. And of course, usually Morgan County's in on that, but the districting for the soccer is just a little bit different than some of your other sports. Of course, football is going to be back again at 2A again this year. And as we said, they're going to be out there in Region 8 once again. And of course, it should be an interesting year out there, as of course, this is going to be kind of that toss-up year in which it's hard to judge on, because especially having a partial season last year, and then the Senate Bill 128 going to be coming into an effect on some of these teams out here as well, because of course Carter County, Russell, and Rose Hill, I believe, were the schools that did not elect to go on the Senate Bill 128 allow for that option. So West Carter and East Carter, as well as Russell, is going to be playing with as what they would on a typical year and everything. Of course, rumors are out there a little bit with Beechwood with their star quarterback Hargett. The rumors was that he was going to be coming back for his extra year out there, trying to, I guess, pick up back-to-back championships in the state tournament. So they're going to be trying to see if they can progress that way. And, of course, West Carter's going to try to give them a run for their money because West Carter in district play last year ultimately went undefeated, and actually in 2A went undefeated. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast with the football team and everything, their only two losses came from Paintsville and Beechwood. And Paintsville was a state champion last year, as well as Beechwood was a state champion last year. So it will be interesting to see. Of course, numbers are not all over the state and everything else as far as who's coming back, who's not coming back. But that will come into play in some of these schools, because especially if they didn't get the offer that they were looking for from a certain school, that gives them another year to try to. Of course, naturally it was designed to pick up the education that they missed out due to the COVID situation, but also for some of the athletes a chance to try to get back out there and maybe try to get seen just a little bit more, maybe head to a few more camps and everything else to improve upon their skills that way, so they can try to be seen by some of these schools. Of course, West Carter well represented in collegiate athletics. Several of them was picked up in football, wrestling, soccer, just almost most of the major sports that we have out here did have somebody that was going to advance up to the next level. And so we want to wish those athletes good luck out there as well. So we got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds until change over here, and where we're going to be scrimmaging with the maroon and white team. They're going to be playing on the left side of the field. Of course, soccer was played on the right side. I want to try to keep things all balanced out here on the field. But we'll take a brief break here as we'll come back and be bringing you some live sports action out here at West Carter High School as the middle school football teams getting ready to get geared up. So you're watching Starry Night presentation here live on Mantis Sports Media.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
And we're back out here at West Carter again as we're getting ready for some scrimmage action here this afternoon as we have our middle school team on the field and getting ready to go here momentarily. And looks like we're going to be starting just about midfield on there. And as we said, this is going to be an 8-minute, 2 8-minute halves. That way so the coaches have a little bit of time to work some adjustments and everything else out there as well. And looks like the white team is going to have the possession of the football to start things out, and we'll get things rolling on here. Of course, no play clock will be run here this afternoon, and we are underway with a sweep out to the right. And he's still on his feet and finally brought down as number 17 was on the carry there. And that was Flannery on the carry. Of course, no chain gains out there this afternoon. So sure, probably with the short field, they'll just be playing in on specific downs or, just from specific marks out there. So lined up once again. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, and that one's going to be intercepted as his own player brings him down, number 87 with the interception.
Number 87 with the interception.
And so that's going to be an interception there by the defense.
Interception by Goodman.
And that was Goodman on the interception there. So switching sides there. As the turnover brings the ball back about the looks like about the 40-yard line. And so this will be the Maroon team on offense. Their first time around. They was able to get that interception there from number 87 to hold the white team scoreless to begin things out with. Of course, Justin Tackett in the huddle there, calling plays for the Maroon team, running the offense. Looks like John Humphreys out there helping out the defense. And some personnel changes there for the Comets, Maroons squad. So this will be the first possession there for the Maroon team. As looks like number 34 is running quarterback. 87 just picked up that interception. That's a high snap, and looks like they're going to be getting him in the backfield. Of course, not going full tackle here this afternoon. So that's going to be a loss of yardage and bring up second down. two wideouts on the left, one on the right. High snap once again, able to get that. Pass is off down the field, and that is going to be no good. Intended for number 20, but sails over his head, so that's going to be bringing up third down for the Maroon team. And so thank you for all sticking with us here this afternoon. Nice event here for these kids and everything else. Be sure to like our page. Make sure that you share our videos and everything else as well. And this will be replayed on YouTube a little bit later on. As we will get that posted up out there. Definitely want to give a shout out to all these kids and everything else that has worked hard over the years or just now getting started to play at a more competitive level. There's a snap, high snap once again, and he is going to be sacked once again by number 58. Didn't get too much chance to take a look at that, and that's going to be bringing up fourth down here for the Maroon team. Of course, running clock, still about 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the opening half. Of course, 2 8-minute halves here in this scrimmage. And of course, these teams just a lot of them trying to get used to each other. And of course, a lot of these kids play Iron Man football anyway, both sides of the ball, but trying to get used to playing with a split squad. And there's a pass once again intended deep down there once again to number 20 on the right-hand side, but that is just barely over his head, and so that should be a turnover on downs. Of course, I'm not sure how they're doing the... Yep, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and so that will be white team's ball, and they'll have first down here with 1 minute 20 seconds left to play in the first half. And of course, if you are interested or know somebody that'd be interested in advertising with us, be sure to have them contact us or contact us on there. Send us an email at mantisportsmedia@gmail.com or give us a phone call at 606-207-3315 or just send us a personal message here on Facebook or on YouTube, and we'll be glad to get back with you. And that time, handoff to number 17 as he sweeps off to the right-hand side, still on his feet, and then he is brought down. And so that's going to be a positive gain
Flannery
there by Flannery. Just about, almost looks like maybe about 11 yards on the play. Of course, time is dwindling down here as we got 20 seconds on this rolling clock, and they may not be able to get a play off before time here, or maybe they might have one untimed down coming up here. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Our score is 0-0. Of course, West Carter Maroon having a good interception. And we're going to get ready here for the second half, starting off with 8 minutes once again. And so white team will have the ball. Second one, hands it off to Flannery as he sweeps off to the right-hand side, tries to stiff arm, but then runs out of bounds after about 7 yards. So may have picked up a new set of downs out there for the white team. as they're going off the back of Flannery on the run. It's able to advance them down the field. Set up again, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, tight end on the right as well. Fakes the handoff, looking down the field, gets it off over to Flannery. Pass is complete as he moves down, and he is still on his feet, and that looks like that may be a touchdown.
Touchdown, White team.
Yeah, so that will be a touchdown for the White team, as they're going to get on the scoreboard first here this afternoon. So good fake to Flannery, and then got it to him on the jet route as he was down the field and was able to keep on his feet and make it all the way down in for the 6 for the White team. So White team looks like they're going to be set up and going for 2. As there's the snap. Redirect handoff and goes to the left, stiff arm, and he is up and in for the 2-point conversion.
Number 20, Thompson, takes them for the conversion.
So it is now 8 White, 0 Maroon, as we're nearing down to 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in this rolling clock scrimmage between the Maroon and the White team. And so Maroon's going to be getting the ball back again, trying to even up this score. Had a little bit of difficulty earlier with some of the communication between the center and the quarterback. But of course, these are younger players and everything, and they are learning out there. And so that's the whole name of the game, is for them to learn and get the experience that's out there. And so this is going to be second possession here for the Maroon team. Snaps have been a little bit high. We'll see if they make that adjustment there. White team getting some good blitzing action, and there once again, and finally gets the pass completed over to number 20, and he is going to be in for the touchdown. So number 20 from the Maroon team. So the first play off of scrimmage, Maroon team gets it back within 2 as the pass down to number 20 is good, and so it is Maroon team 6, White team 8, as they're going to be going in for the 2-point conversion. So that was a good play. Just about had the ball stripped from him there at one point in time, but he was able to hold on to it and keep on his feet and make it all the way in for the 6 for the Maroon team. So tight end on there, hands it off up to 87. He goes right up the gut, and we'll see. Don't see any signal, so I think that conversion was no good.
87 Goodman on the carry. Conversion is no good.
So it's
we decided to add a third quarter for this game, so it'll be a third 8-minute running clock quarter.
So we'll have another running clock period here, a quarter here for the for this middle school squad. So it'll be a White team possession here with about 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here. I guess, in school you would almost call that a trimester in this second trimester. As we see, good crowd out here tonight, and still a chance if you want to come down and see the varsity Comets up and play a little bit. They'll be scrimmaging here momentarily. As the white team's still on top of the maroon team, 8-6. That conversion is the only difference. So this time, white team spreading the field just a little bit. About a minute 25 left to play, and as we heard, there will be a third. And this one's going to be pitched out to the side. He's still on his feet, cuts back in toward the middle. He's still on his feet, and they finally are able to bring him down. But that's only after about a 10-yard gain on there. So 1 minute left to play here in the second third, I guess you can say. And we'll see if they're able to get this play off here before time expires, or if they're just going to try to let it roll over to the next quarter. So they got plenty of time to run this off. 20 seconds left on the clock. Snap, hands that off to Flannery. It's a reversal. Number 20 now taking it, tries to reverse back, and he is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there. And that's going to end things off here for the second. As now we're going to be heading into the third 8-minute time slot here. Originally only slated for 2, but want to give the football Comets a little bit more of a chance to get themselves prepared and everything else down here. And so it's still going to be white team's ball, looks like. And the clock will start here on the snap. And hands that off to Flannery again as he cuts his way back, still on his feet, and gets it down inside of, looks like, the 10-yard line. So white team making some movement up the field. Of course, a good little tradition that I know the Coach Barker's got over here is the signing day of the middle school players that decide to come over once they're starting in as a freshman. They have a signing day in which they sign the 8th graders to a slot on the high school team. And that one's going to be pitched out to the side to Flannery, and as he cuts back, and just short of the touchdown, as he's probably about 3 or 4 yards away. Or maybe about 5 by the look of it here. About 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. As they split the field over 2 wideouts on the left, 2 on the right. Tight end kind of coming back in. There's the snap, drop, snap. Hands it back off up to Flannery as he cuts back up, and he is still on his feet for a touchdown. So it looked like Flannery got the touchdown there for Wes Carter. And that should bump things up 14-6. And that one is in. So 2-point conversion is good. So white team is up on top by 10 points, 16-6. As maroon team will take possession over again with about 4 minutes and a half left to play once they get down field here. So it's good to see these former Comets. Of course, once a Comet, always a Comet. But these former high school players coming back out, after they graduated this last year and coming and helping out these young players to develop their skills and everything. From the shotgun, once again, maroon team will have the ball. Dropping back to pass. Maybe a little bit of a holding there, but they're going to let that go. But pass intended for number 16 was no good. So that's going to be bringing up second down here for the maroon team. Of course, white team putting in a lot of pressure on that quarterback. With about 3 minutes left to play, maroon team coming back up. Be second down. Maybe a change in the play here. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. And he's going to be, I don't know if somebody went offside or if they're just going to say that the quarterback was got, but that should probably bring up third down, unless that was a penalty. And it does look like it is a penalty there. So the football or the maroon squad's going to be coming back just a little bit. It looks like they lose about 5 yards on the play. So just about 2 minutes left to go here in this scrimmage. White team still up on top, 16-6. There's a snap, hands it off to 87, and he's off to the races on the sweep out to the right. And he heads down and tripped up there. Gains about 10 yards. The maroon team needs to march this one downfield if they want to try to, of course, they're not going to be able to catch up, to this white team. As white team's converted both of their extra points, and maroon team was short on their first attempt. So they're going to have to try to get it in, get the 2-point conversion, and hope for another turnover. Drops back to pass. Gets this one down on the left-hand side, and that one's going to be no good. Intended for number 16, but number 15 of white had him covered up there, so that should be bringing up fourth down. that's going to be a drop, and that's going to be covered up by the white team's number 61, it looks like. And so that's going to be a turnover there by the maroon team, as the snap was fumbled off the beginning, and good observation there by the white team to be able to get on that and fall on top of it. But they're not going to be able to get a whole lot done with this, as there's about 8 seconds left to roll here in this time. But, of course, Maroon's going to still hold on to the ball with one last play. Rolls out to the right. And that's going to be an incomplete pass, trying to get it toward 87. And so
we'd like to thank the middle school team for all they've done tonight and wish them the best of luck this season as they begin play here in the next month.
So that's going to be it for the middle school squad. As the white team coming on top once again. And now we're going to get ready for the high school team, as we'll turn it back over to John Lyles for the announcement.
Quarter beef raffle. The West Carter football team has been selling raffle tickets for a quarter beef. Beef is cut in a variety of selections, including ground beef, steaks, and roast. There's $5 per chance, or 5 chances for 20. And as we're getting ready here to draw. And the winning ticket is Mike Flannery.
So Mike Flannery, he's probably here today, but if not, and if you're watching at home, you just want a side of beef, care of the quarterback club and everything else on there. So congratulations, Mike, on winning that raffle that they had there for the side of beef fundraiser for the quarterback club. As we'll be getting ready here to introduce the high school team.
Begin with the freshman on the football team. We have number 14, Jacob Waddell. Number 17, Cale Back. Cole Boggs. Ethan Rayburn. Number 84, Ethan Bledsoe. Now for our sophomores, we have number 2, Landon Wagner. Sorry, we had one other freshman, number 28, Dwaylon Dean. Another sophomore, number 6, Isaiah Bond. Number 7, Raymond Rayburn. Number 15, Braden Dehart. Number 40, Elijah Nolan. Number 63, Hunter Reffett. Number 65, Charlie Wilburn. Number 15, Davin Skinner. Number 67, Derek Williams. Number 78, Dylan Butler. Number 1, Cade Oppenheimer. Number 3, Timothy Fields. Number 5, Cole Crampton. These kids are this group is juniors. We have Brent King. Number 10, Braden Flinner. Number 18, Eli Estep. Number 34, Connor Green. Number 70, Jackson Kidwell. Number 74, Jacob Judd. And number 79, Lucas Rayborn. Now for our seniors, we have number 4, Neil Lusher. Number 8, Caden Wilson. Number 16, Sam Jones. Number 22, Jackson Bond. Number 24, Ben Wallace. Number 25, Jake Parker. Number 32, Blake McGlone. Number 33, Isaac Bond. Number 51, Samuel Rayburn. Number 55, Noah Orchid. Number 61, Harley Bailey. Number 64, Gavin Adams. Number 77, Preston Nauman. And A.J. Butler.
And so there is your Comets for this year. As they're going to be putting on a little bit of a show here as well. So on some scrimmage side as well, these players, most of them, or several of them returning from last year's squad. As they're going to get ready to warm up here just a little bit. Of course, taking a look at the sheet that we were kind of given, of course, it'd be good to see Jackson Bond back out there as well this year. Of course, had a fantastic season last year, but then ended up in a game against Johnson Central, tearing his ACL, and so he'll be slow to get back out there once again. But I'm sure the Comets will be glad to have them back out there as well. Of course, the defense looks like they're going to be mostly on the senior side this year. Still a little bit of who's going to be one of the quarterbacks and everything else. I know last year, looked like Eli Estep came in and took a lot of snaps in last year for Perry. So he is taking a look at the sheet, he's probably more than likely going to be the starting quarterback here this year for the Comets. And his backup probably going to be Isaiah Bond, and who's a sophomore, and then Cale Back as well, who's a freshman. Of course, taking a look at one of the big shoes to fill out there as well is going to be one of the backs and everything else. And we'll have to see who they're going to put in as one of their running backs out there as well, because we know we've seen last year a little bit. Cole Crampton was one of those that was out there and took a lot of snaps there for Klein last year, Latavius Klein. He took several snaps for him when Klein needed a little bit of a breather, but he's going to have to probably step that up this year, because it looks like, of course, on the freshman side of it, on the roster, it looks like they got 5 freshmen in this year. As far as sophomores, 9 sophomores this year, mostly making up their JV squad. Of course, taking a look at the juniors, looks like this year for Wes Carter, looks like they have 10 juniors on the roster. As we mentioned, probably Eli Estep maybe getting the call as quarterback this year. And then taking a look at the seniors, of course, Wes Carter's been blessed to have some very good seniors, and this year some pretty good seniors as well. And it looks like they're going to have, let me count this here on the sheet, 13 seniors on the roster this year. Neil Lusher, Caden Wilson, Sam Jones, Jackson Bond, Ben Wallace, Jake Barker, Blake McGlone, Isaac Bond, Samuel Rayburn, Nora Orthcutt, Harley Bailey, Gavin Adams, and Preston Nauman. Of course, a lot of them, some pretty familiar names that we heard last year. So, Wes Carter, generally when you start thinking about it, you're like, who's going to be replacing out Latavius Klein, or can you replace a Latavius Klein? And that's going to be one of the big questions this year, to see how the Comets can make the adjustments of, primarily being a running team last year. Of course, Perry was, excellent quarterback, was able to make those plays and get those out there to Lettingham and get them out to Bond. Of course, Lettingham went down in the last game there. or one of the last games when he was injured, had some broken ribs and everything else, and he came back and had a fantastic basketball season for the basketball Comets. And so it will be interesting to see what they do this year to make those adjustments, because those are some pretty big shoes to fill. And some people may, automatically just say, well, it's going to be a rebuilding year for them. But, they've got several good players. And, East Step did take a lot of snaps in from Perry last year, when it was time, for a break or, equipment adjustment or something like that. So, he does have some varsity experience that's out there, which the Comets are going to need to be, relying on, because they had a fantastic year last year. And, generally once you get those years in, you start thinking about, how can we continue it on, keep the success rolling. Because, as we mentioned before, Carter County Schools, not a Senate Bill 128 participant. So some of these other schools may be bringing back, and the key word is may. It's not a definite, because a lot of people thought when the Senate Bill 128 came out, they thought it was specifically for athletes. But it wasn't. It was actually for all students that's out there. I mean, you could be in elementary school, and if you want to repeat up your year, you could. It was just primarily almost like a catch-up year for the students out there. Of course, as we said, Carter County Schools not taking part of that option, but they are going to be facing some teams that may be bringing back in some other seniors, and so they're going to have to try to rely on their leadership that they have in place and try to figure out how to work that out as well. As we see out there, East Step getting some passing reps in there, looking pretty good so far. Being able to get the ball out there and controlling it well. We'll have to see how he operates underneath the additional pressure, because taking that backup backup quarterback, at times can be a tough job. But when you get to be that starting quarterback, then we know sometimes that pressure kind of rolls in, and we'll have to see how he works with that. Of course, as we mentioned, tomorrow is going to be Media Day at Russell High School's football field, and me and the sports media will be over there and be on tape delay. We'll broadcast what we can out there as we interview some of the players and coaches from around the area. We'll try to bring you that as soon as we can, maybe early next week. Give some time to get some things on the editing floor, make it look all nice there for you as well. So as it's about 3 minutes away from the scrimmage, of course, both teams are going to be out in gray this afternoon, so I'm sure it's probably going to be an offense versus defense type of day. But we'll see how they're going to be rolling that here momentarily. But we'll take a brief break, and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. As we said, 3 minutes to go until scrimmage starts going on, inter-squad scrimmage. And so we'll be back. You're watching Starry Night 2021 here on the Manta Sports Media Network.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Touchdown! Oh, you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Sophie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man. Let's put a ride home.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Alrighty, and we're back here at West Carter High School here where it is varsity football time here on the hill once again as we're going to be seeing some inter-squad playing here. It'll be offense versus defense as we go out there as well. Both teams going to be in maroon, so it will be interesting to make sure that they do identify who is on their team and who is not. And so we'll be taking a look here as we're going to be getting our first public look here at the football Comets this season. Of course, had a dream season last year. Had a Mr. Football candidate out there in Latavius Klein, breaking all kinds of school records and everything else. So we are going to be looking forward to see what these Comets can do out here this season and everything, because it is a tough season to follow up. The only way they can improve is to make it down to Kroger Field at the University of Kentucky and try to play for a state championship. But we'll have to see how this season goes out here for the Comets. And, they've got high expectations for them. As we see the coaches separating up their squads, getting some last-minute reps and everything else in. And so it does look like out there as well. Of course, we'll get the scrimmage going on here. It does look like Eli Estep will be will be under center for the Comets this year with probably Cole Crampton and possibly Caden Wilson out there running, in the backfield for the Comets. So I'd like to thank our sponsor here tonight for the overall festivities, King's Daughters Medical Center, for helping to sponsor the Starry Night event here tonight. I want to give them a big shout out. Thank you on behalf of the West Carter Athletics teams out here. And as we said before, if you are interested in getting advertising with us, or maybe picking up a one-liner or something like that with Amanda Sports Media during the West Carter, and we may be covering a few other teams out there as well this year, try to pick up what we can as we can. But we'll be definitely coming to you with all of the greatest of 16th Region sports that we have to offer out here as well, because it's going to be a fantastic season, a little bit more back to normal for a lot of these teams. I know last year coming out, first, we wasn't able to participate in some of these type activities. First activity, was in football was the East-West football matchup. Usually, it's the third or fourth game of the year. It was game 1 last year, right around September 11th. And mask mandates were in effect out there for all participants, in the audience and everything else. So we'll have to see what's going to be on the schedule for this year. But as far as we know, things are getting more back to normal. Of course, for students, they're going to be getting back in the classrooms this upcoming week, as well as teachers is going to be in some professional development and planning days here for the first 3 days next week. And then on Thursday, it is all hands on deck as the students will be back in the buildings and everything else that's out there as well. So make sure that you do stay tuned if you're a parent or if a grandparent or a guardian or whoever of any one of our students and everything. Make sure you listen up for any changes or any details or anything else like that, because we are definitely living in a day-to-day world that's out there, and we just hope for no cancelizations out on the horizon, and that we are able to have entire seasons and not having games canceled left and right and trying to find games and everything else. That was a big challenge that I know all these sports teams across the area had. If 2 or 3 teams on their schedule went away, then it was like, what are you going to do? And they were trying to struggle to find teams either to come in and play or to travel and play. West Carter, faced that. That's actually how they ended up facing Paintsville last year. They were supposed to play a district matchup game that week, but ended up having that was a COVID week for their opponent. So West Carter ended up having to pick up Paintsville, and a good opportunity for them, playing a little bit up higher in the A ranking system. So looking forward for those challenges out there as well this year on there. So as we see the offense running here, and we'll pan down to the other end of the field, where defense getting their reps in and everything else. Of course, they also have offense down there as well, but of course, they do try to split up these teams as best they can to try to give everybody a good show out here this afternoon. Of course, it's been a full afternoon out here at West Carter. Had a chance for 40-yard dash for the cash out here, as well as introducing the volleyball team, soccer team, the girls soccer team, I should say, and then introducing the JFL players as well. So, and then the cheerleaders all out here. So it's been a full afternoon here out at the West Carter High School Harold Holbrook Athletic Complex out here as well, and Blankenship Field. Of course, looking at the coaching splitting up, you got Thomas Flannery on one side, working here with the team on the right. On the left-hand side, looks like we have, of course, Coach Barker kind of going in between both teams, but you have Harley Estep down there as well, and Donovan Rowe. Looks like they're going to be taking the team on the that we've got on the camera right now. So hopefully we'll be moments away here from some good scrimmage action coming up here. But we'll take a brief break, and we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching Starry Night Action live here at West Carter High School on the Mantis Sports Media Network.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
And we're back here at West Carter High School, where we're still waiting the start of the scrimmage between the varsity teams out here, as well as they both separated to their opposite ends. And we are waiting for the starting off of that of the scrimmage. So it looks like defensive team here on the left-hand side putting on the yellow caps and everything else. Of course, one thing I do have to always keep in mind out here as well is going to be the weather as well. Of course, we're glad that most people were safe yesterday, and hopefully if you were affected, we will be praying for you, and I hope that everything else goes well for you out there as well. But of course, some bad storms coming in to Carter County, but definitely helped to cool things down for this afternoon's festivities because there is one thing that they do monitor is the heat index out there, and want to make sure that they are keeping everything in check and for the safety of these players. And so it looks like we're going to be getting everything rolling on here. As starting a little bit further back, and we'll get our scoreboard up here and see, of course, we'll get everything all cleared off here for this game. And things are rolling on as there's a run by Crampton. He makes it through, and they're going to go ahead and call off the play there. So not taking it fully all the way back and everything, but nice run there by Crampton. As we'll try to get the time matched up here. So good play there by the offensive squad. High snap, but gets that one over to Crampton as well as he gets wrapped up and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. And looks like they're going to be playing at least one 12-minute period here. And that one, bad snap to the quarterback there, and that one's kind of chased back. So that's going to be kind of a downside there for the offense. There's a snap, hands that one off to Crampton as he gets that one through the middle and breaks through into the secondary. And so they're going to stop the play there once again. So not full scrimmage going on here today. More of a glorified practice for us, but we'll be able to see some of the Comets out there here this afternoon as 10 minutes left to go here on the clock. Comets spurting the field out, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. E-step drops back, passes across the middle. That one was intended for number 32. I believe that was Blake McGlone, but that was no good. And so, as we said, a lot of these players, they're going to have to get used to not or playing with these new teammates and everything because, of course, losing several good seniors last year, and now they're going to have to go through and try to pick up those spots that sometimes, you may have thought was automatic. You give the ball to Klein and he's going to get a first down, but, different people's got to take on some new roles. As E-step drop back to pass again and gets it over to, I believe that was to Wilson, but no good on the passing play there. Of course, as we mentioned, the Comets, did have some good 7-on-7 appearances. One over at Raceland where ended up coming in second place, lost to Russell in the championship match on the 7-on-7 competition. And there's the snap by E-step. Looking to pass it cross field. Good pass there. And calls that one dead. I believe that one was to Wilson, if I'm not mistaken, and great passing play there. So Comets maybe looking to be a little bit more of a air challenge this year, or be more dangerous in the air out there. But we'll have to see how the Comets start things off this year. Spreading out the field again. This time 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Passes cross field, and that pass incomplete. That one was intended for McGlone. Of course, Wes Carter going to have to fill in some, as we said, some other positions, especially on special teams as well. Of course, Wolf had some fantastic extra points and kickoffs for the Comets last year. Snap once again. Looking downfield, and that one is going to be complete. I believe that it's either Cole Crampton on the catch on that one. So picks up some yards there for the offensive team. Of course, good chance for these players to get out there, and gives us a good chance to see some of these players in action out there as well. Tim Fields on the close side to us here, and looks like Wilson on the far side there, running out of an empty backfield as E-Step dropping back, scurrying over to the right-hand side, and he's going to be wrapped up, for a loss. Of course, not full tackle scrimmage going on here today. There's been several times that Crampton broke free into the secondary and everything else. Of course, they usually just kind of call the play dead, so more of a glorified practice out here this afternoon. So still kind of relying a little bit on their 7-on-7 practice, once again running out of an empty backfield. E-Step up to pass, gets that one down the field, and that one is good. Of course, chases him out of bounds, but good pass there, and I think that was maybe to Sam Jones, if I'm not mistaken there. Of course, not all the jersey numbers are correct for these teams or for this practice gear that's out here. So about 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in this opening period here. E-Step with the snap, drops back, fires down the middle of the field, and that one incomplete. Was heading for the end zone there. They tried to get that one into McGlone and had it in his hands, but just dropped it right down in the end zone. But good opportunity there. Hopefully, once the season comes in and starts counting a little bit more, they'll be able to grab that one in and wrangle that in for 6. So Eli E-Step, once again, empty backfield, drops back. This time going to fire over to the right-hand side to McGlone, and that one's going to be in for 6. So good touchdown there. Pass E-Step E-Step to McGlone. And so we'll call them the Maroon team, and we'll give them the first points here of the game. Of course, mostly just offense versus defense here. Rotating some players in and out. This time single back in the backfield for the Comets. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left. He's being hunted down, and he's going to be touched after gaining probably about 4 yards. So we definitely can see that E-Step does have some scrambling abilities. As this time running 2 backs in the backfield. Drops back to pass once again. Fires this one off over to the left, and that is going to be complete. And it looks like that one may be another touchdown. Just trying to see who caught that one there. As that one looked like it was Connor Green. So now team heading off to the side over there for some drinks after scoring a couple touchdowns. And they're going to let the clock roll down on this first 12-minute period here, and we'll see if they continue it on again here. And so far, Comets looking pretty good as far as, some of the passing threats that they're out there. Ran a couple running plays to begin up with out there, but now it looked like they started picking up some of the passing plays a little bit more this year as clock's going to roll on out. Team's going to be coming back out. And that's going to be it for the first period out there. We'll see how much longer they're going to run through. Of course, I do have to worry about weather out there as well. We're starting to cool down just a little bit. As we'll try to see if we can get a weather update. Looks to be 75 degrees out there at the moment. Kind of a more pleasant afternoon than what it was yesterday. And this time we're going to be heading the opposite direction, and looks like they may have Raymond Rayburn, I believe. That's Elisa's jersey number out there, taking some snaps here. For the yellow cap team. And this time wraps them up, and that looks to be Rayburn that time on the run there. Trying to give both these sides, maybe the JV squad, chance to come out and play against some defense out there as well. One in the backfield this time for the offense. And looking to pass this time, but hands it off and gets wrapped up. Looked to be Bond that time with the football. So 10 minutes left to play in this second scrimmage period. Gets wrapped up after a short gain there. So far, the Maroon Comets picked up 2 touchdowns during their offensive time, and we'll see how this white squad comes out here. Of course, for most of the night, it seems like it's been the white squad's night, winning in soccer and in middle school football. One in the backfield, this time hands it off up toward the middle for a short gain. Hurries up to the line of scrimmage. Coach Barker wanting some personnel changes on defense. Fakes the throw, quarterback keep, and takes it up a couple yards. As we've seen, the Maroon team or the non-cap team out there had some good plays to begin out things with during their time of offensive possession. Able to score 2 touchdowns in that time period. The second string out there right now, struggling just a little bit to gain some momentum. And looking to pass once again, tries to get it across field, but that pass incomplete. So probably the Comets showing a lot of what they did during their 7-on-7 passing leagues. And if you're not too familiar with the format, it's just a few linemen and a bunch of receivers and a quarterback. And, because typically football is played with 11 players on each side, but 7-on-7, they kind of cut down a couple of the extra running backs and everything. And there's a good completed pass there to number 9. And looks like they're going to send him back over to the sidelines once again. Because especially with this type of weather and everything else, of course, humidity not too far or too bad here this afternoon, but it's one of those things that per KHSA guidelines and everything else with outdoor sports and everything running through plays, especially with pads and helmets on and everything else, they do have to give mandatory water breaks every so often of the players that way so they can stay hydrated and not experience, give them a little bit of a chance to cool down just a touch out there as well. As there's about 5 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock out there that we have. Coaches talking amongst themselves, want to see any player changes and everything else out that way. Try to get everybody some playing time and a little bit of experience through this practice session. So definitely what they've been showing us here today has been mostly their passing abilities, a couple running plays and everything else running through with Crampton and a couple others out there on the running play, but mostly several of the plays they ran through this afternoon working out of an empty backfield. So maybe the Comets looking to pass a little bit more this year. But like I said, of course, these scrimmages and everything else, just a good chance, to kind of get out there and to try to shake a little bit of the rust off as well. As we see the teams heading to the right side of the field here. So running through a few other situational plays and everything else down here. Of course, the non-yellow cap team, or what we call the maroon team on the right-hand side, has done a pretty good job in holding off the white team there. And looks like they're going to be getting possession of the ball once again. So getting out some of their first stringers back out there as well. Give them a few more reps here this afternoon. E-step. This time throws it across the middle to McGlone, and beautiful pass, and he's off to the races. He's going to want that full 6 that's out there, and he has picked it up. So Maroon team picks up a quick 6 off of a E-step to McGlone pass right across the middle. So good passing play there by the Maroon team. So with about 2 minutes, 45 seconds left, Maroon team up 18-0. Coming back out once again after throwing that touchdown pass to McGlone. Eli E-step to McGlone. This time, one in the backfield, shotgun formation, man in motion. Drops back to pass once again. This one's heading downfield and just overshoots his target. It might have been Crampton over there, or Wilson was the intended target. As the sun's starting to set out here, and definitely the Friday night lights aglow here on the hill here in West Carter today. So one in the backfield for West Carter again. One on the right side, 2 on the left as far as wideouts. This time hands the ball off, and up the middle he goes, and he finally slows down there, but good running play there for the Comets. Or the Maroon team, I should say. As time is dwindling down of what they put in on the clock. And so, as we said earlier, we will be seeing the football Comets be playing decently soon, August 20th, first game for them. This time quarterback keeper takes it up the middle. Good run there by E-step. As the time expires, but they're going to keep on playing a little bit of football here. So as we said, West Carter's going to start off with a home game August 20th and then travel to Fleming County on August 27th. Then be playing East Carter at East this year on September 10th. Good pass there by E-step, and right off the hands of the receiver. It might have been Lusher that time. Had him wide open. Good pass there by Estep. So we see Tim Fields in the close side to us here. Estep in the shotgun. 3 trips on the right-hand side, 1 in the backfield. Drop, snap, and he's going to hold up because he's going to get touched there by the lineman. And some festivities definitely over here. Looks like the sprinkling system has come on in the end zone. So hopefully that will not continue on for the rest of the field here. But kids are enjoying the free splash pad out here at West Carter here today. As Estep, high snap, but able to get it, tries to get it to McGlone cross field, but doesn't connect with them. And so that's going to be another incomplete pass. So lines up again. 2 on the right, 1 on the left, 1 in the backfield. High snap, and this time he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Same formation again, this time backfield on his Estep's right-hand side. This time hands the ball up to the middle, finds a gap, and he is off to the races once again. Good run there as they blow the whistle dead, or blow the play dead. West Carter lining back up again. This time 2 in the backfield, 3 in the backfield. Don't know if this is punting formation. Now they move it up a little bit, put 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 1 in the backfield. Estep with the snap, fakes the handoff, going deep down the right-hand side, and that's going to be off the defender's back. There are no flags to be had out here today. It looked like that was might have been Crampton out there, or Wilson wanting a flag for pass interference, but they're not going to get one here today during this practice session. And definitely want to thank our last year's sponsors of James Do It Best Hardware, Justin Criswell, Patrick Flannery, Brandon Hamilton, and the Drive-In, Beach Buns Tanning, Henry's, Stylish Stitches, and look hopefully forward to continuing on another great season with these fine sponsors as well. As this one's going to be deep across the middle, and that is no good. Coach Thomas Flannery out there directing the offense. It's Coach Estep. There's the snap, drops back to pass. Looking down the middle, tries to get it over. I think that one was to Crampton, but couldn't connect with them on the out route. So they're going to spot the football once again. As we did have a clock running, but at the moment, no clock keeper to be had here. So we're just going to play until they say they've had enough out there. Good quarterback keeper as he takes it over to the left-hand side. As I say, tonight they're running through some situational plays, putting them on different sides of the field. We've seen 3 touchdowns so far this afternoon by the Comets. Spreads out the field once again, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the backfield. Working out of the shotgun once again. There's a snap, good snap. Fakes the throw, tries to get it downfield, and he connects for another touchdown. As that one was to Tim Fields. So that's our 4th touchdown that we've seen here by the Comets this afternoon. All from the first string varsity squad. They've turned off the sprinklers now. Kids was having a lot of fun out there with the impromptu splash pad. But they finally got the sprinklers shut off. There's a snap once again, high snap. This time hands it off. And good run as he breaks through some tackles, and he's going in for the end zone. And there is another touchdown once again as breaks the plane. So that's our 5th touchdown here of the afternoon. Probably had a chance to get a few more. And as they're now going to send him back in for a water break here. So you've been watching Starry Night 2021 here with our first look at the football Comets this year. And I think that's probably going to wrap things up for us here at West Carter as they're slowly coming out on there. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night here as the evening progresses, as we're nearing the 9 o'clock hour. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in with us as we got a chance to see a lot of our sports teams out there and got to see our middle school and high school football teams playing as well as some of the soccer players. And so thank you for tuning in with us here. And as we said, we'll be happy to be back with you again for the 2021-22 season. As, of course, soccer is going to get things started off here briefly, and then we'll be rolling into the volleyball and football seasons coming up here about the third week of the month and everything else out there. Of course, we will be tomorrow. We'll be at Russell, and we'll be participating in the media day there. So pay attention to early next week. Hopefully, we'll have the footage from that. But until then, this is Jeff the Mantis Irwin. Thank you for tuning in, staying with us here today, and for supporting your local high school athletics. And we will be seeing you next time here once again on the Mantis Sports Media Network.